Hi, parents and carers. For those of you who don't know me, my name is Mr. Bartlett, and the purpose of this video is to provide you with a little bit of extra information around supporting your child that I won't have time to do in our parent-teacher interviews. And basically, it's based around the number one issue that I'm finding across the board in my classes, as well as in conversation with other teachers in their classes at the school, and teachers in other schools. And that issue is really about students lacking critical thinking skills. So critical thinking is the ability to objectively analyze and evaluate information to really solve problems. So it involves questioning the information they've been given, whether that is in research tasks or questioning information that I've just asked them, tasks that I asked them to do, as well as using evidence-based reasoning. So there's reasons why they're doing things. The skill really is essential to navigating complex information, which they get all the time with AI and social media at the moment, as well as making informed decisions in both educational but also personal settings and understanding the decisions they're making. So it really ties into problem solving as well as resilience. Now, studies show that students from Gen Z and Gen Alpha often characterised as living in the fast lane and needing immediate praise and validation. And that's just due to growing up in a world of high-speed internet and social media and having smartphones and Netflix. So they've grown up with immediate satisfaction, whether that's from streaming entertainment or instant social media feedback, which has significant implications for their education, their skill development. And companies have spent billions of dollars in ensuring they get that immediate satisfaction to really draw kids in, which is quite concerning. But in a classroom, this looks like students really not attempting really simple tasks, possibly due to feeling like they didn't get given absolutely every piece of information that being spoon-fed to them, or just not wanting to fail, which leads back to that need for praise and validation and not wanting to actually not do well. So the way in which this looks like in class is there's times where I've given students some book work. Very rare that we just work from the book, but I've asked them maybe, if I come a bit closer, to read some information from this page here, this page and this page, and do questions, say 1 to 3. Now, the issue the students found was that there were questions on the first page and questions on the last page. Now, I would expect that students would realise that these questions are the one that's linked to the information we're actually learning about and relevant to our class, and this one's on some other content. Also, usually you'll find the questions after the information, but I had half a class of students that went, "We don't know what to do. You haven't given us all the information. I don't know which questions to do." That's stuff that students should be able to figure out for themselves, as well as tasks where we've had to research, and I've kind of got on the board, but I don't think you can see, research tasks where students had to map top tourist destinations in the world. So they had 10 top tourist destinations. I gave them a world map. They needed to put it on that map. Unfortunately, a lot of students would Google map of, for example, map of Phuket, which if I jump out of the way, maybe you might be able to see. And they would look at these small maps that gave them very little information and say, "I don't know where that is on a map." And I would agree with them. I don't know where that is on a map. Okay. And they would just stop there. They wouldn't have the problem solving or resilience to go into our storeroom behind us and grab an atlas to see if it's an atlas, or even easier, with access to their laptops, they really could have just clicked on Google Maps and then zoomed out and then see where Phuket is on a map, and they could place it on the map. And this task was a task that should take around maybe 10 minutes to do, 15. It took most students in the class 45 minutes because they would sit there and go, "I can't do that, sir," which is a bit concerning. So what you can do, what I'm going to do in class is I'm going to continue to challenge students, and it will be difficult for some, okay? The one thing that I'm going to drive home is that it is good for students to fail in class. If you fail, it shows that, one, that you tried. Two, it builds resilience. It's okay to get things wrong. And three, that means that you can learn what you actually did wrong and fix that into the future, learn the skills that you need to improve into the future. If you always get something right, or you just guess and get something right, you're not going to learn from that. I want students to be able to fail in class and feel safe failing in class so they can learn from their mistakes, rather than never trying and getting to a test and failing in a test where it really counts, or getting to a job interview and failing in an interview, or getting to work and failing at work. We want them to challenge themselves to fail in safe environments, whether it's in the classroom or at home, so we can help assist them learn the skills that they need. So for you at home, I'm going to challenge them in class, and for you at home, I want you to challenge your children at home. Get them to really think for themselves and problem solve. Ask them to do the dishes. And if they say, oh, where's the dishwashing liquid? Don't tell them. I can tell you right now, I guarantee 99% of you, it is in the cupboard underneath your sink. Let them figure things out for themselves, okay? Give them tasks that they might fail at and guide them along, and have a chat with them afterwards and say, hey, what did we learn there? What could we do differently? I'm going to be doing that in the class. If you can do that from home, I know that we can get these students and your children to learn these skills quicker, and they're skills that they need to be able to be successful out in the real world, okay? So looking out for their best interests. I hope that we can do this together. If you've got any issues with that or any questions with that, feel free to get in contact with me. But thank you for watching the video and taking the time to do so. Cheers.